Good morning, guys. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic that kind of has been coming to me lately because of different losses that happened. Many people left this physical realm lately, and also different friends and clients come to me with the same issue, and that's the fear of abandonment. All of us have that fear. It's a basic, actually, human fear because we are wired to connect to others, and connection with others is actually one of the most important human needs, even though in Maslow's pyramid of needs you might not find it completely expressed, right? So but the problem is that when we have a very disbalanced understanding of what abandonment is, especially because it usually comes from our childhood, then we cannot really live our lives in a harmonious way. We cannot build relationships with others, and it's really hard to find romantic partnerships that really last. So the biggest thing about fear of abandonment is that the biggest hell on earth is living this life and being alone. And it's kind of interesting that it could stem from childhood, from the real abandonment where people were, abandoned by their parents. Maybe there was drugs and alcohol in the family, or perceived abandonment where maybe you have siblings and you felt that people were not your parents were not giving you attention, and maybe because of the parenting style of your father or mother, who withdrew love or who never said anything positive because they were afraid to spoil you. So it doesn't matter if it's a real or perceived abandonment that happened. You could be in a very loving family and still feel abandoned. The problem is that when we are processing this information as little kids, we don't have enough tools. So those fears, those feelings get stuck and frozen, kind of fossilized in us. And so the rest of the life, we react. Somebody pushes the button, we don't think, we automatically react to that situation. So that is the problem. And the problem is that we create self-identity almost based on that abandonment, where we believe that we're not worthy to stay with somebody. We are worthy to be abandoned. And so we keep recreating that cycle and reacting usually in two ways. One, or a combination of the two. One is that we don't get close to people, so we're afraid of intimacy. And even if we are in relationship, we could be in relationships, but we are sabotaging them. We're running away. We're not opening up. We don't trust. We keep that little door open just in case we need to escape. And that's, of course, a partner feels it from us, right? And the second one is control. We try to control our partner, control their behavior. We get crazy if things don't go according to our plan, our expectations, because that right away equals abandonment in our mind. So, of course, that is a very difficult fear to transcend, and I recommend working with coaches, or energy healing is really good for that. But for right now, for today, because I myself had a lot of buttons pushed lately regarding that. But also, hi guys, so nice to see you. But also because many people seem to reach out to me with that topic. So I want to give quick tips of what to do. The first thing is to clear the old stuff, that fossilized emotion that has never been processed because, in our inner child state. What do we do? My favorite activity for anything is called pillow activity. You take a pillow, take a bat, or if you have a frying pan or something big, and you start smashing the heck out of the pillow, thinking of all of those times when you felt abandoned, starting with childhood, and just letting your inner child come up with those situations. Maybe they will even look ridiculous, but the problem is that you've been not facing them. They're just sitting there like fossilized emotion in, like your buttons. But when you start thinking of them, it's kind of like, you're going to start feeling angry. And anger is a really good feeling because it opens you up. It gets rid of that fossilized state. So once you do that, get some break, feel a little bit better. And the second thing I want you to do is to understand, why do you need your fear of abandonment? I know it sounds illogical. I know it sounds like, what? I don't need it. I hate it. But because you don't process it, because you don't get out of it, something in you wants to hold on to it. What is it? Maybe you, by having this fear of abandonment, you don't allow yourself to grow. You don't want to leave your status quo. You're scared to show up to the world completely how you are, right? And you don't want to grow and learn new skills and new tools of coping because that's uncomfortable. And fear of abandonment is super comfortable for you. So I want you to sit down and really be honest with yourself. Write down, don't think, just write down, ask your question and write down whatever comes to mind. That's called brainstorming, right? Creative brainstorming. And then when you're finished, when you feel like there's nothing there, look at the themes. What are some themes? Those are the reasons why you need to hold on to that abandonment. Because if you didn't need to, you would have already gotten out of it, okay? And the third thing is to create new paradigm, new neuronal connection between situations where you might feel abandoned or threatened to abandon and your reaction. My favorite exercise for that is called "and so what?" So you create, for example, you're in a relationship and you can imagine a situation where your partner is leaving you. So you ask yourself, okay, this happens, I feel it, so what? Okay, so what? I'm gonna feel really, really sad. Okay, you will feel sad. So what? Well, I am going to be depressed and I'm going to be lonely. Okay, so what? So you go in this progression more and more until you reach the point of no more answers. Okay? Of no more answers. And interestingly is that you are going to realize that it's not as scary as what you really believe, in the beginning, your automatic responses. So try to do these 3 exercises and message me, please. Tell me, how do you feel? Maybe it will be helpful. Of course, I want to always recommend coaching and maybe going to, therapy or maybe talking with your friends, but you honestly can find all of the answers within you.